Well, very good morning, everybody, for Sunday, the 25th of July. Well, yeah, the hot spell that we were all enjoying is certainly no more. Low pressure all around us, lots of instability and lots of thunderstorms. So you can see on this, the 12 o'clock run, that a trough is positioned just off to the coast of the Isle of Wight at this point, with a polluted front sat in both the Channel and the North Sea. If we look sort of the sort of midnight last night, not really much has changed, and not much changes through the next few days. Potentially better tomorrow, other than a trough. But then again, we're still under Atlantic influence. And look at that. If you're in Edinburgh tomorrow, you might get a convergence line. That'd be exciting. So yeah, at the moment, we're going to be stuck back in what was probably the end of June's weather pattern, which is unstable. And yeah, lots and lots of rain and thunderstorms. Hopefully, as we look towards the end of the week, maybe this high pressure out in the Azores might come back to repeat. So maybe it's not the last heat wave we're going to see. The winds being in this sort of low pressure area, it's not particularly strong at the moment, but we're picking up that really annoying northerly again, sort of 5 to 10 knots. And the weather models do sometimes struggle to sort of understand what's going on when this happens, but despite that, we will still see stuff coming in from the southeast in some cases, and you can see the wind directions across the country do vary significantly. Public forecast is showing that we have a yellow warning in force for thunderstorms, and that you can change this to knots now, isn't that how great is that? And that we will see sort of scattered to potentially even more grouped together thunderstorms for most of the day, with visibility never getting particularly good, and sort of 9-knot northerlies across our region for most of the day. The actual precise timing of thunderstorms, I'd say, is quite tricky to actually pin down, but yeah, as you can see here, not a particularly sparkling day. One to maybe think about some other activities inside. The satellite picture just shows that we're just being fed a continuing swirling amount of cloud. If we did get any sunshine, it would just make the thunderstorms bigger. So it's actually not a bad thing that there's actually a reasonable amount of cloud. The cumulonimbus themselves, the shower clouds, will become sort of embedded within the layers, so even more dangerous than they normally are. But yes, really, the only good place to be is up in Scotland. Once again, they're having a fantastic summer up there, and Northern Ireland. Top temperature today, well, oh, that's fallen over. Looking around about sort of 20 degrees here, where we're looking at dew points, yeah, probably only a few degrees lower than that in our area. So yeah, very, very humid. Currently at Gatwick, we've got a temperature of 17, dew point of 16, and cloud at 400 feet. As you can see, quite a long taff that provides basically showers all day, maybe a flyable period there. Thunderstorms, prob 40, so it's likely to happen all day. So yeah, you can see if you've got a taff that long, it's never going to be a fantastic flying day. And Farnborough, very similar, broken at about 700 feet, and I reckon it's about broken at 500 feet currently at Lasham. And they're not really saying it's going to get much above 1,000 feet. With the rain, sort of, well, it just keeps sort of, you can see the circular motion of this. So I'm sure we'll get hit by yet another shower, but most of the time it's just a humid air mass. It's just going to be cloud and bleh. Not exactly that exciting until we get a little bit more heating going on underneath that. And thanks to Met Office, this was what was showing for later in the day. I mean, yeah, I mean, there could be flyable periods with this, but I'd say it's very sort of hit and miss whether that would actually happen or whether it'd be left with a low cloud base. And if we did get some sun, as I say, it may trigger off some larger thunderstorms, as you can see here, these two later this evening. But hopefully it should die out, and then tomorrow a little bit clearer, as it shows on here. NOTAMs, there is a air race. I doubt it will be really having that much fun today. going on in the Solent near Sandown. I never really understood when air races started to get airspace. That's a bit of a new one for me. It's between 9 and 5. I'm not too sure why, because gliding competitions don't, and long may that continue. We don't need airspace for things like that. But anyway, they have got some airspace in that area. So if you're going to the Isle of Wight, do check very closely where that is. Duxford Air Show all day today with a restricted area temporary in force for a lot of the day. And that's between 9 and 6. I hope they do get some displays today. But red arrows are down there from just before 5 o'clock through till 5:35. So hopefully they'll get something. If that's yeah, it's up to 5,500 feet, and that'd be a 6 nautical mile radius. Keevil gliding competition, Middle Wallet might be gliding too. Husbands Bosworth also got their final day of their club class, and they've had a pretty successful one from the look of it. But really, otherwise than that, generally in our area, just double check there's anything else. No, nothing really else in our particular area. It's going to be quite quiet airspace wise, and that's not surprising as well given the weather. Okay, sort of rather uncertain, I'd say today. We would probably operate easterly if we were going to go flying. The main issue with today is you'll get suckers gaps, which means you would go out and go flying for about half an hour and then you get rained upon, and these thunderstorms might start getting larger. So I'll have a chat with with Mike, who's on site currently, because I'm working at home currently, and then I'll find out what's going on and what likely interest is going to be. But I'm very much inclined to cancel all afternoon flying based on that forecast of more severe thunderstorms this afternoon, just because it's not particularly worth it. And obviously we're still fighting this pingdemic, and any extra contact is probably not ideal currently. But there's always lots of resources in the Lasham members area, so you can't whinge to me that you haven't got enough bronze resources. So yeah. So yeah, I think I'll have a chat to Mike, and I'll have a chat to the office, and we'll just see. But yes, let's hope that summer does return again, because we had a nice run of weather there. Bye for now.